Hello friends, welcome to Easy Learn. In this video of Standard 8 Maths, we are going to study Chapter 7, Variation, Practice Set 7.1. Now, we have to see the types of variations in this. There are two types of variation, one is direct variation and one is inverse variation. Now, let us first understand what is a direct variation. So, let us take one example over here. The cost of one pen is 5 rupees. Therefore, find the cost of 10 pens. Now, if you see the cost of one pen is 5 rupees, therefore 10 pens will be 50 rupees. Now, in this example, we can see that as the number of pens are increasing, the amount is also increasing. It means I can say that both the quantities are increasing at the same time. Thus, direct variation is when one quantity increases, the other quantity also increases at the same rate and vice versa. Means if one increases, the other also increases. If one decreases, the other also decreases. Now let us understand what is inverse variation with the help of example. Example, if 6 men can plow a field in 2 days, in how many days can 3 men plow the same field? So if there are 6 men, they require 2 days. But if I reduce the number of men from 6 to 3, the days will increase. So what is happening? Number of men are decreasing, the days are increasing. So in this case, we can say that as one quantity is increasing, the other is decreasing. This type is called as inverse variation. So in inverse variation, when one quantity increases, the other decreases, or when one decreases, the other increases. So let us just study both of them in a distinguished pattern. Now direct variation is when one quantity increases, the other also increases. Inverse, when one increases, the other decreases. Now how do you read both of this? First, direct variation, you read it as y is directly proportional to x, where x and y are the two different quantities. And for inverse, you read it as y is inversely proportional to x. Then how do you write it? Direct variation is written as y is directly proportional to x, proportionality sign. And inverse variation is written as y is proportional to 1 upon x. Then what is the equation of variation? For direct variation, the equation is y is equal to kx, and for inverse, the equation is y is equal to k upon x. Constant of variation, that is k, for direct variation is k is equal to y upon x, and for inverse variation it is k is equal to y into x. So this is the distinguished pattern of direct and inverse variation. Practice set 7.1. First, write the following statements using the symbol of variation. The circumference C of a circle is directly proportional to its radius r. So we can write the statement as C is directly proportional to r. Consumption of petrol L in a car and the distance traveled by the car D are in direct variation. So this statement can be written as L is directly proportional to D. Question number 2. Complete the following table considering that the cost of apples and the numbers are in direct variation. So they have given us the table, they have given x, x stands for number of apples, y stands for the cost of apples, and they have given us that both these quantities are in direct proportion. So the solution, the cost of apples y and the number of apples are in direct variation. So in symbol form, how do you write? You write it as y is directly proportional to x. Now, if I have to remove the proportionality sign, I have to give one constant. So, equation becomes y is equal to kx, where k is the constant of variation. Now, let us take the first column and write when y is equal to 8 and x is equal to 1. Let us substitute these values in the above equation we get. Therefore, k is equal to 8. The answer is k is equal to 8. Therefore, the equation of variation is y is equal to 8x. Now the first column we have taken, the second column they have already given that the number of apples x is 4 and the cost of apple y is 32. Now we have to calculate for the remaining 3. In the third column you have y is equal to 6. You have the equation as y is equal to 8x. So instead of y, let us substitute 56. We get 56 is equal to 8x. Therefore x is equal to 56 upon 8, which is equal to x is equal to 7. The fourth column, x is given as 12. The equation is y is equal to 8x. Instead of x, let's substitute 12. We get y is equal to 8 into 12. Therefore y is equal to 96. In the last column, we have y is equal to 160. The equation is y is equal to 8x. Substitute y as 160. We get 160 is equal to 8x. Therefore x is equal to 160 upon 8. That is x is equal to 20. So here we have completed the table with whatever values were missing. Third question. If m is directly proportional to n and when m is equals to 154 and n is equal to 7. This is the first part of the question. The second part is find the value of m when n is equals to 14. So first, it is already given that they are in direct proportion. Therefore, m is directly proportional to n. Therefore, m is equals to kn, where k is the constant of variation. When m is equals to 154 and n is equal to 7, let us substitute these values. We get 154 is equals to k into 7. Therefore, k is equals to 154 upon 7. That is k is equal to 22. So the equation of variation is m is equals to 22n. Now let's see the next part of the question. We have to find the value of m when n is given. So when n is equals to 14, write the equation of variation as m is equals to 22 into 14, which is equals to 308. Thus the value of m is 308. Question 4th. If n varies directly as m, again complete the following table. So in this table again they have given they both are in direct proportion. So we know it is given that n varies directly as m, that is n is directly proportional to m, which is equal to n is equals to k into m, where k is the constant of variation. Now in the first column m is given as 3, n is given as 12. Let us substitute this. We get therefore 12 is equals to k into 3. So k is equals to 12 upon 3, which is k is equal to 4. So the equation of variation is n is equals to 4m. The second column they have already given m is 5 and n is 20. Now let us solve the remaining 3 columns. Third, m is given 6.5. Equation is n is equal to 4m. Instead of m, let's substitute 6.5. So we get n is equals to 4 into 6.5, which is equals to n is equal to 26. Fourth column, when n is equals to 28, equation n is equals to 4m. Therefore 28 is equals to 4m. M is equals to 28 upon 4. Therefore m is equal to 7. The last column, m is equals to 1.25. Equation is n is equals to 4m. Let's substitute m as 1.25. So we get n is equals to 4 into 1.25. Thus n is equals to 5. So let us complete the table by writing the missing values. Fifth, y varies directly as the square root of x. So what is given? They have given that y is directly proportional to square root of x. First part of the question. Second part they have given x as 16, y as 24. So from this we get y is equals to k into square root of x, where k is the constant of variation. Now they have given x is 16, y is 24. The first step is to find the equation of variation. Substitute this, we get 24 is equals to k into square root of 16. Now we know square root of 16 is 4. So therefore 24 is equals to 4k. Thus k is equal to 24 divided by 4. Therefore, k is equal to 6. Therefore, the equation of variation is y is equal to 6 root of x. Now, the next part of the question, find the constant of variation and the equation of variation. So, here the constant of variation k is 6 and the equation of variation is y is equal to square root of x. Sixth question, the total remuneration paid to the laborers employed to harvest soybean is in direct variation with the number of laborers. If the remuneration of 4 laborers is 1000, find for 17 laborers. So we know that they are given in direct variation. So we can write y is directly proportional to x. Therefore, y is equals to k into x, where k is the constant of variation. First, when x is equal to 4, y is 1000. To substitute this, we get 1000 is equal to k into 4. That is, k is equal to 1000 upon 4. Therefore, k is equals to 250. Therefore, the equation of variation is y is equal to 250 into x. Now, the next part of the question they have given when x is equal to 17. So, y is equals to 250 into 17, which is equal to 4250. Thus, the total remuneration of 17 laborers is 4250. Thank you.